Welcome, my dear student. Today's topic that is about the cerebral spinal fluid. And first, we will try to know that what is cerebral spinal fluid. So I want to tell you that cerebral spinal fluid, that ependyma contains leaf-like extracellular fluid. Ependyma contains lymph-like extracellular fluid called cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, cerebrospinal fluid, that is denoted by CSF. And what is cerebrospinal fluid? Ependyma contain lymph-like extracellular fluid called cerebrospinal fluid. Ependyma contain lymph-like extracellular fluid called cerebrospinal fluid. What is ependyma? Okay, because ependyma contain lymph-like extracellular fluid called cerebrospinal fluid. What is ependyma? Ependyma, that is a simple ciliated columnar epithelium in cavities of central nervous system for flow of cerebral spinal fluid. Okay, that is ependyma. What is ependyma? Ependyma is a simple ciliated columnar epithelium in cavities of central nervous system for flow of cerebral spinal fluid. This means ependyma is a cavity of central nervous system for flow of cerebral spinal fluid. Okay, there here matter is stand. One question is also stand here, that from where cerebral spinal fluid comes. First of all, cerebral spinal fluid formed. After that, where flow or not flow, this is the other matter. Okay, what is a cerebrospinal fluid? Cerebrospinal fluid, that is the ependyma. Ependyma contain lymph-like extracellular fluid called cerebrospinal fluid, and ependyma is the simple ciliated columnar epithelium in cavities of central nervous system for flow of cerebral spinal fluid, that is the ependyma. And next, that is the what is the source, what is the origin of cerebrospinal fluid? I want to tell you that cerebral spinal fluid, that is secreted by choroid plexus. Okay, cerebrospinal fluid that is secreted by choroid plexus. The next question is this, that what is the choroid plexus? Choroid plexus, that is a network of blood vessel formed due to fusion of pia matter with brain. Okay, choroid plexus is a network of blood vessels formed due to fusion of pia matter with brain at two places. First in diencephalon, that form anterior choroid plexus, and second in the medulla, that form posterior choroid plexus. Okay, first in diencephalon, that form anterior choroid plexus, and second fuse in medulla, that form posterior choroid plexus. This means choroid plexus anterior and posterior. The network of blood vessels formed due to fusion of pia matter with brain at two places, anterior choroid plexus in diencephalon and posterior choroid plexus in medulla, they release cerebral spinal fluid. This means choroid plexus release cerebral spinal fluid. And how will choroid plexus form? You have known that choroid plexus is formed by fusion of pia matter with brain. And what is the pia matter? So pia matter, that is a layer of cells that is present in contact of brain. Pia matter is the layer of cells that is present in contact of brain. You know that there are three layers. Outer, that is the dura matter, middle, that is arachnoid matter, and inner, that is the pia matter. Okay, that pia matter fuses with the brain, then form choroid plexus. That fuses at two places. One in dicephalon that is present in the forebrain, that is the part of forebrain. Brain is divided into three parts: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. So dicephalon that is present in forebrain, and this means कि one anterior choroid plexus that is formed in the forebrain in dicephalon, and posterior choroid plexus that is formed in medulla. This means hindbrain. Okay, that is third part of brain. Next, that is the choroid plexus that is secreted by cerebral spinal fluid, that is secreted by choroid plexus. Here you are seeing that cerebrospinal fluid, that is denoted by CSF. Blood plasma leaks out from choroid plexus. Blood plasma leaks out from choroid plexus, circulate in brain and spinal cord around them. Okay, in subarachnoid space. In subarachnoid space, you should know, if you are studying cerebrospinal fluid, and you should know that cerebrospinal fluid that is stored present in subarachnoid space. Subarachnoid space is present after below, not below, inner side of arachnoid matter. Okay, arachnoid matter. After that subarachnoid space, after that pia matter is present. In the subarachnoid space, cerebrospinal fluid is present. Okay, here that in subarachnoid space. In it return, this means cerebrospinal fluid is present in subarachnoid space. From the subarachnoid space, this in return in subarachnoid space through third foramen of metacell. Okay, if fluid is, you know that our brain, or around the brain, cerebrospinal fluid is present. This means we can say that cerebrospinal fluid, brain is shrouded into cerebrospinal fluid. Brain is shrouded into cerebrospinal fluid. This means around the brain, cerebrospinal fluid is present. And from the brain, when cerebrospinal fluid comes in subarachnoid space, that is comes from metacell. This means via metacell, cerebrospinal fluid comes from brain to subarachnoid space. Okay, subarachnoid space. What is the volume of cerebrospinal fluid? You should know that maximum amount of cerebrospinal fluid that is present in paracell. What is a paracell? Paracell is a ventricles. What is a ventricle? Ventricle is a cavities of brain. This means paracell is the cavities of brain. There are three cavities of brain: paracell, metacell, paracell, diocell, and metacell. Okay, This means from maximum cerebrospinal fluid is present in paracel, and via the metacell, cerebrospinal fluid is comes in subarachnoid space from brain via metacell. Okay. What is the volume of cerebrospinal fluids? Volume of cerebrospinal fluid, that is 150 milliliter. Okay. And 500 milliliter volume of cerebrospinal fluid replenished per 24 hours. Okay. Like that is the what is the function of cerebrospinal fluid? Why cerebrospinal fluid is present in our brain? What is the necessity of cerebrospinal fluid? Then I want to tell you that is the function of cerebrospinal fluid is present in our brain. Due to this, cerebrospinal fluid is present in our brain. What is the function of that? The cerebrospinal fluid that carry nutrient and O2 for central nervous system and return metabolic waste and CO2 from central nervous system. Okay. Next, that is the reduce cerebrospinal fluid reduce weight of central nervous system. Okay. Cerebrospinal fluid reduce weight of central nervous system, and cerebrospinal fluid that is acts as shock absorber. Cerebrospinal fluid that is acts as shock absorber in central nervous system, and cerebrospinal fluid is also maintain temperature and pressure of central nervous system. Okay. What is the circulation? How will circulation happen of cerebral spinal fluid? Then you know that cerebral spinal fluid is secreted by choroid plexus. Okay, this means cerebrospinal fluid is secreted by choroid plexus by filtration of blood. Cerebrospinal fluid is secreted by choroid plexus by filtration of blood. This means कि origin of cerebrospinal fluid is choroid plexus. Then you consider that how will cerebrospinal fluid flow? That is, what is the circulation? This means choroid plexus to in central nervous system. Choroid plexus to central nervous system, and from central nervous system to subarachnoid space through metacell. From central nervous system to subarachnoid space through metacell. That is the third ventricles, third cavities of brain. After that, from subarachnoid space to arachnoid villi. After that, blood of carniosinus. Okay. Maximum volume of cerebrospinal fluid is present in paracell. Okay. Next, that is a condition is happen of hydrocephaly. You know that hydro means water and cephaly means head. Cephalus means head. This means increased volume of cerebrospinal fluid in brain. Okay, due to why increases? Why amount of cerebrospinal fluid is increases in brain? What condition can happen? Metacell closes. Increased volume of cerebrospinal fluid in brain due to closure of foramen of metacell. Because you know that from the central nervous system, cerebrospinal fluid comes in subarachnoid space via metacell space. When metacell space is closes, okay, when metacell space is closes, then brain cerebrospinal fluid is not comes in subarachnoid space from central nervous system. Results that increase amount of cerebrospinal fluid in central nervous system. This condition is called hydrocephaly. Then what happened? Then a fact of hydrocephaly is brain swells. Result of hydrocephaly is brain swells. Okay, this is the complete knowledge about the cerebral spinal fluid. The cerebral spinal fluid is secreted by choroid plexus by filtration of blood. Amount of cerebral spinal fluid is 150 milliliter. Okay, this is the knowledge about the cerebrospinal fluid.
अपने सपने कीजिए साकार, अपने सपने कीजिए साकार। सफलता कर रही है आपका इंतजार।